Shut up and sit down.
What is up, everyone, and welcome to episode 16 of the STS Guys. I'm Jeremy.
Hey, it's Larry.
And I'm Scott.
We are busy podcasting from a brand new location.
Woo woo! It's kind of
place.
fancy. We got a little office now.
A private room, so to speak.
A private reserved room at that.
Yeah. Yeah, we actually have it on lock.
Yeah, it's basically you shall not pass until you go to the front desk and ask for the key.
Either we let you in or you go talk to the lady up front. She gives you a key to this room.
That's pretty much amazing. Honestly, I said I'm not 100% sold on the digs yet, but we'll see. It's week one.
We'll test it out.
It's nice. We have a whiteboard.
Yeah,
we do.
I'm not sure what we're going to do with the whiteboard.
We can write some shit on it, apparently.
Official podcast business on the whiteboard.
Yeah,
put ideas that we actually think we might want to talk about, because most of the time we just do everything off the fly, but I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
Pretty much. I think we could be pretty much official if we actually just write something down. I think we write something down. I think we've accomplished something probably no other podcast has. We wrote something down on a whiteboard.
Yeah, on a whiteboard particularly. And I like that we do have a window. So you're going to hear me go kind of quiet for a second, but we can see people out there working. That's wonderful.
It's very scenic.
Yeah.
Very surreal. I see so many busybodies out there. It's amazing.
Bandana dude. He looks like he's getting ready to get down for some business.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's like...
And here we are talking into microphones in the room, just watching everyone. They can watch us too, actually. That's the weird thing. If anyone doesn't know, this is not like, we're not like in a secret office. It's like it's two-way glass. Like we can see them, they can see us. So we might stop every once in a while to be like, why is this guy staring at us?
So what is going on in the nerd world this week, guys?
Well, I just want to talk about something real quick, something that's ultra special and something that
it fits the realm of the nerd world.
It does. Scott, do you want to go ahead and touch on that?
So as of this week, we decided to make everything a little bit more official, and we have revamped our STSguys.com website. Made a whole bunch of improvements, made it look a much cleaner, just a whole... I mean, that shit was pretty jank the last couple times. We threw that together really quickly. We actually took some time and actually knocked out a couple of really major improvements to that site. So go check it out. Actually go on there, look at the site. You guys will be amazed at the difference that it is.
I am personally amazed in regards to basically kind of where we started off compared to where we are now. Like I said, we've said it before in regards to, like I said, our followers and subscribers and everything like that. But I said that website I think was one of the last steps. But like I said, it is amazing now. So
the best
Scott,
way I can describe it,
great
crisp.
Job. It is
crisp.
It is crisp.
It is pretty legit. So you guys should head over to stsguys.com and see what our senior director of website development has put together for us.
Senior director.
Good job, Scott.
So one thing that we wanted to add on there too, and so if you didn't notice and if you haven't been to the website before, is that we actually have several different blog posts that we do write about. So I know Scott had just dropped one actually today in regards to kind of a conversation we talked about last week with the loot boxes and everything going on with EA and things like that, and kind of the thoughts and methodologies regarding kind of everything regarding that system.
And the bullshit that has been kind of going on lately. Yes, that is posted there. But yeah, we have quite a bit. We have tons of write-ups about our different conventions that we went to as well.
Oh, yeah. You guys should check those out. I know we podcasted about them, but if you wanted to read through it real quick and see some more pictures, head over to stsguys.com and check that out.
Generally, we did the podcast right afterwards, so there's a little bit of hype going. So we tend to take a couple of days to really think things over before we write those blog posts about it. So go check those out. There's a lot of insight that we bring in there that you're not going to get in the other formats.
Exactly. And I said, if there's something that you want us to start writing about, or something that you want to start hearing about, let us know. Like I said, you can either respond directly to one of those blog posts actually on the website itself, or just drop us a message in the contact form that's on the website as well. Like I said, we want to hear from you, and I said, if there's anything that you specifically want to hear about, we are more than happy to accommodate that and try to figure out kind of like what we can bring, what content we can bring that you want to hear.
And there will be more blog posts coming. That's something that we're just kind of implemented onto the site, and we're going to continue to use that and continue to build upon that content.
Wait, so we're YouTubers, we're podcasters, and we're bloggers?
Now we're bloggers.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
We've crossed the digital threshold.
Is that like, like actors like become singers and then like movie stars?
We're like
and stuff?
we got the trifecta.
Yeah, are we like triple threats?
We are triple threats.
So basically, we're ludicrous.
We can talk. We can write semi-coherently. I don't know what the other thing part of the trifecta that we can do is, but I'm going to think about that.
We
show our hands on videos holding toys.
Okay. Oh yes, yes, that is a talent.
The hands.
Yes.
While we look at
The
toys and
hands.
tell people what they are.
All right. So speaking of the hands, and Larry, I said we were talking about this, and the whole whisper ASMR thing. What is it like?
I don't know, but there's a lot of really weird videos on YouTube of people whispering, including like unboxings. Scott, you haven't really fully seen this. It's been Jeremy and Larry time. But you gotta look.
Jeremy and Larry time.
It's our special time.
We don't like to talk about it.
Is that why Jeremy walks funny after you guys are alone together?
By the time we see you, it's all done. It doesn't last long, but it's passionate.
I'm a one-click chump.
It involves a lot of whispering. There's these really weird videos.
I went in.
Of sometimes it's an attractive woman, sometimes just a dude who whispers, opens up. We found one that was like unboxing Funko Pops, and the guy had the Reaper from Overwatch, and he was quietly describing it in a whisper voice. Really weird. I don't really get it.
I don't get what it's about.
But those views, man, those views are legit and off the charts.
People like the whisperer.
They do.
Well, then there was this other video that we stumbled across. Like I said, you fall down the rabbit hole of YouTube all the time. So you watch one video and then it just trails you off into a million other videos.
Are you talking about boobs?
No, I'm talking about, like I said, so
Well.
one of the whisperers led us to basically, there's this one where literally it's this person, this girl with really long fingernails, literally just tapping on a green piece of paper.
Tapping and scratching.
Oh.
And scratching. Like, it's so weird.
And that's it?
And it was like 20 minutes of her just doing
20
that.
minutes and tens of thousands of views. Because, we're all about the views right now. I don't know if you guys know, but the STS Guys website, or not website, the STS Guys YouTube channel just crossed 10,000 views. And we're quite proud of that. However, these people who are whispering and not really doing anything are getting like tens of thousands of views every day.
It's a conundrum.
So we're putting ASMR in the title of this podcast on YouTube, right? And just seeing what happens.
This definitely needs to be the ASMR episode, just because I think it's the strangest thing in the entire world, and that this is the thing. Like, well, when we looked at the definition, I said, well, I kind of knew what it was before. I said we had to refresh ourselves on the definition. So,
like, assuming ASMR is a acronym, right?
Yeah.
So,
Come
on, so fill me in.
It's auditory sensory response.
Yeah,
so basically, the way it's described is basically it's that tingly feeling that you feel like on the back of your neck and in your spine, of like almost like when you get like goosebumps and stuff like that. Me and Larry were talking about it earlier. I'm like, I can't think of a single time that I've ever gotten goosebumps while watching a YouTube video.
Nope.
Maybe if it was like supposed to be like a scary or suspenseful thing, but a dude unboxing Pops?
Whispering.
Yeah, I was going to say too, like a person whispering does not give me goosebumps.
Oh, wait a second. I just got a little bit of goosebumps right now. How about you, Jeremy?
I'm totally bumpy right now.
Well, that's because I'm breathing right down your guys' necks. You can feel the...
I'm totally bumping right now.
I'm totally bumping right now. Hashtag bumping.
Oh.
We should actually look up what that is before we actually roll with that, though.
Yeah, that's not the podcast title.
We don't want anything to do with that.
No, ASMR. So I think we're going to label this just because we're going to label two buzzwords. ASMR, Star Wars.
Ooh, Star Wars.
I think if we whisper about Star Wars and how awesome the Chewbacca is, I think it'd be awesome.
People are going pretty crazy for Star Wars right now. That is for sure.
There's tons of stuff about Star Wars, actually. Like, this is, I mean, we are leading into The Last Jedi, but this is like apparently the week of Star Wars.
Yeah, I think a lot of different things have just really kind of present themselves in regards to the whole Star Wars like topic.
All right, so I just need to interrupt here because apparently the person in the office next to us is having the loudest phone conversation I have ever heard in my entire life.
If this sounds like crap, guys, I am so sorry. We thought this was a great idea. It has its benefits, but we're second guessing ourselves right now. But we've already come up with a plan that if we choose the same location again next week,
2 offices.
yeah, we're gonna cheat the system a little bit. So
we're basically telling the entire world how we're going to game the system in regards to making a soundproof room.
it's completely okay.
Because we can't find an actual soundproof room. We're gonna make a couple soundproof rooms.
We were promised that this would be a little bit more soundproof than it actually is, but whatever. So about those Star Wars.
Yeah, so getting back on track. So there's been a bunch of news about Star Wars lately that we need to talk about.
Well, you brought up one today that I found super interesting. I think that the whole thing with Rey not wanting to basically be in the Star Wars trilogy, basically after this trilogy, I think that's an interesting thing.
Huge. Daisy Ridley doesn't want to continue as Rey.
So, well, I think that also kind of aligns with kind of what they're kind of have planned anyways, because isn't the next trilogy, like I said, it wasn't the kind of the game plan to not have any of the Skywalkers involved at all?
Now, that was kind of coming up, but I mean, that does kind of supersede the fact that Rey is a Skywalker, right?
Well, and that's kind of what I'm thinking. Like,
but I always was under the impression that that trilogy that's non-Skywalker was always going to be something like in line with the other ones, but they're still going to have the main storyline still continue on.
Yeah, like just. It's mentioned, it's known, but it's not necessarily
right. So
the main thread of the story.
After this trilogy, we're going to get kind of a split, is what I thought. You're going to have these characters going off and doing their thing, and then a wholly new set of new characters.
A whole different part of the universe.
Right.
Right? Like, no, it doesn't even have to be just the Skywalkers. No Poe Dameron, no Finn. I'm pretty sure he's not a Skywalker. Who knows? No.
Wow.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That was like the best microaggression I've ever heard in my entire life.
Microaggression. Hit him.
I don't know any other Star Wars characters. C-3PO, I'm pretty sure he's not a Skywalker, even though he's kind of a Skywalker. But right, all the familiar people, even the new characters that we're getting to learn, they're not going to be in Rian Johnson's new trilogy.
Yeah. But
they'll still exist, and maybe they'll be referenced like, oh, hey, you remember that Darth Vader guy or something? Yeah. But like it's a galaxy far, far away.
You have a galaxy to tell these stories.
Exactly, right? There's a whole nother planet system. There could be a whole nother bad guy brooding somewhere.
But then that leads into what are they going to do with the characters that we've just established over a 3-movie arc if one of the main ones doesn't want to come back?
Well, I'm hoping
you kill her off.
Well, I think maybe you kill her off, or like so she just kind of goes off into the sunset, kind of like Luke, like Luke.
Yeah, like I'm just gonna disappear.
Like another thing that maybe thinks that she's maybe a Skywalker.
Yeah. And this is 2017. She can change her mind.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Right? I remember Jeremy and I saw an article the other day that said Mark Hamill didn't even want to come back for the new trilogy.
Yeah.
And then they threw a bunch of money in his face, and he's like, oh, sure, I'll come back.
Yeah.
Right?
Dollars change a lot of minds.
Daisy Ridley today isn't Daisy Ridley in like 2, 3, 4, 5 years.
No,
right.
Absolutely. Well, like I said, in terms of what I hope a new trilogy would be like, and I was talking with Scott the other day. This was Scott and me time.
Oh.
So basically,
so you guys do that, and Jeremy and I talk Star Wars.
Yeah, I'm almost like the child of divorced parents. I have to spend time with both of them. But
nobody spends time with Nate.
Nobody spends time with Nate. Oh, Nate. Nate couldn't be here today.
No, he couldn't because he's a responsible young man.
Yes,
a responsible employee and his work commitments.
We salute you, Dr. Nate.
I think Dr. Nate's related to Finn.
I think Dr. Nate is related to Finn. But no, what I was telling Scott is what my envisioning of it was, and what I would love is I loved Knights of the Old Republic and like the actual game.
Go back in time.
Go back in time. Like go back to when, like I said, there were multiple Jedi and there were multiple Sith, and like I said, it was basically this ongoing war between them and kind of them both springing out to kind of together.
Back when it was like before there was any other, like those were the two factions, factions of people that were around, and you aligned to one of them. Like go back to that. Like show me where the Jedi came from.
I had heard that too. I don't know anything about the Old Republic really, other than that it exists and there was a video game and some stuff. I also heard that they talked about that as being maybe the premise of the new Disney streaming show, like not their Netflix, but
Right,
their
when they
Netflix
make their
imposter.
own Disney.
Yeah, I think I would prefer that as being the place where you get to learn more about the Old Republic. It gives it more time and all that, and it wouldn't feel so much like a prequel where there's a definitive ending, kind of like the Clone Wars, right? A lot of people like that Clone Wars cartoon.
Yeah.
It's kind of in that same vein. They can do what they want with it and not feel pigeonholed into like 3 movies. I really want to see the new trilogy be in the future.
Yeah,
Or move forward, or just
Move forward. Yeah.
just move. Yeah, I think moving forward, no matter
you
what.
have a thing called the Empire, and so far we've only shown them like going after one group of rebels. There has got
Yeah,
to be
right.
additional rebels or somebody or
Exactly.
additional systems where these, the new, I guess it'd be the New Order at this point, right? Where they're going out, and where are they getting all these child soldiers from? Maybe follow up about that.
And as horrible, like I said, this is never gonna happen. But this is a wish I have always wanted. Like, give me a movie from the Empire's perspective, where they're basically the good guys, because like I said, you're rebellious. So
Right.
you're rebellion, like so your rebels are technically, like I said, depending on your opinion, are your bad guys of the movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
So they're actually
They're-
terrorists, like they
they're
are.
They're
in
actually
this film?
they
Yeah.
almost border the line of terrorism. So
Yeah.
like it's give me a perspective. Like you can give me a trilogy, give me a perspective of where hey, they're setting up the empire. Like I said, they said this is something that honestly everyone kind of voted for in the Senate. I know we don't like to talk about the prequel movies, but everyone voted like, hey, we're gonna unite under one galactic empire, and all of the world seemed to be cheering and excited to be able to have that.
Those guns were all in favor
Oh, those-
of the Empire.
Those guns, man, they were like, oh yeah, empire. That's me.
Misa happy.
Misa wants an empire.
Yeah. Misa be second in command. Yeah, no. That would be cool. Is to kind of, I would agree with that. But I just want some random planet that has nothing to do with it. Stormtroopers show up for the first time. They're like, we're taking over this planet or
That would be
whatever, and
cool,
it's
yeah.
a group that's like, all right, we got to fight this, and give me a 3-story arc or a couple story arc of them like trying to secure their world again.
Yeah,
You
that
know,
would
something
that would,
like that.
That would work for a show too. Like I'm just thinking like Walking Dead style, like
Yeah.
Fear the Walking Dead, right? Like that took it back to when the outbreak or whatever was just beginning and everything was kind of new. What if you did, when the stormtroopers first showed up and started killing people or whatever, right? It's kind of new and exciting, and there would be different players.
Yeah, once they executed Order
66.
Order 66. Yeah, so once they
Yeah.
like execute Order 66.
It's still hard because kind of what a quick outcome is, right? Darth Vader's coming, all that, and I feel like don't want to put Darth Vader in it, but you got to come up with a way to put lightsabers.
well,
Right.
You need Jedi and Sith because that's the foundation of what Star Wars is.
Here's the thing: is with Star Wars. I mean, if you go back to the original idea behind Star Wars, all the stormtroopers had a lightsaber. Like that was the
Really?
original intention, but it cost too much to have animate all that, so they left them as guns instead of all of them having a lightsaber.
No, kind of to your point though. Like I said, why couldn't they do Darth Vader in the because that's the thing. You have a mask. It could be anybody behind the mask. It could be anybody behind. So what if you did a storyline of basically like what Darth Vader is up to between all this time? So like,
'Cause, I mean, there was years between A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back. So
Yeah.
yeah. So
was he just chilling for those couple of
hey,
years?
like he's hunting, show him hunting down because he was hunting
Yeah.
down all of the Jedi.
Isn't there a Marvel comic called Vader Down that was fairly popular?
Him going through right.
Yeah. There you go.
Do that as a
Exactly.
series
Yeah.
or as a movie.
Yeah.
Because like I said, you could basically put anybody in that role because it doesn't matter because you're never gonna see his
True.
face.
Right.
Hold on while I
As
go
long
on.
as long as James Earl Jones is still around to give the voice, we're good. Or at least unless we can synthesize it.
Yeah, or somebody else can impersonate it, right?
Yeah.
We can tweak anything. If Kanye can sing, we can
Right.
auto-tune the hell out of my voice, and I'll sound just like James Earl Jones.
Oh, easy.
Oh, easy. Anyway, I was going to say, hold on, let me get out my phone so I can go on eBay and buy all the copies of Vader Down #1 real quick.
Yeah.
It feels like a thing.
I'm hoping that like
I
It's
think
going
that could be
through.
a thing. I actually like.
Yeah, for sure.
One of our listeners actually gave me a copy of Vader Down #1 a couple of years ago. So thank you, Dustin.
Hey, shout out to Dustin. What up, bro?
Dustin Chapman, you're amazing.
yes. I would agree. And yeah, that's I actually remember when he brought you in that comic. So that's
I actually have one too. I don't own many comic books, but I own a Vader Down #1 because everybody was all hyped about it. And they're like, hey, this is a really good story. I'm like, huh, I think I'm going to go buy that just in case.
Oh, yeah.
It really feels like if they're going to do this Netflix style streaming service,
Yeah.
we could get all sorts of things. That feels like a very easy arc to take.
So-
You're going to get Vader.
Yeah.
So too, I would like kind of like the guys like I want more stories where the rebels are like they are in Rogue One, you know, where they get caught and the dude, what's his name, just blasts the informant, just
Yeah.
kills the dude
Hey.
and runs off. Like this rebellion, the rebellion doesn't seem to rebel very much. Like they just seem to be like, we got all these. They seem more like an army. Like I want like spies and like I want like a whole.
The Bothans would say
Drama.
otherwise,
Yeah.
sir. The Bothans. Many Bothans died to bring you those plans.
Oh,
Yes.
Mon Mothma.
Aw.
But like, I want that. I want more of the like that gritty kind of like, like
You could
they
make,
bring
like,
a
a-
sniper rifle to that thing just to take out one dude. Like I want like, kind of the way the Punisher was. Like you have like
Yeah.
the micro. Like I want like that kind of a group.
Yeah, you could make
doing
you can make a
Star
really
Wars
good like
style.
spy show, even kind
Yeah.
of like Ant-Man heisty kind of
Yeah,
thing,
like a
right?
spy show for
Yeah, for
like
sure.
we need like just to get intel on thing. Like
Yeah, random
mean,
things.
they had this whole thing about the moons of Endor, right? And that's where they were building the new Death Star. Somebody had to get the intel to figure out where they were doing it. I know it was leaked on purpose, but like, how did they get that? I think
Yeah.
give me a story about that.
I have a great idea.
What's your pitch?
I think they need to make a show like House, starring 21B, the medic droid.
Whoa. I would watch that.
Replacing hands and then poking
Right?
them with a
Like,
with
I
a
was
soldering iron.
So instead of being addicted to pills, is he like addicted to like electricity or like some like
Yeah,
power
yeah.
source?
Sticking
He's
it-
always
sticks-
over there plugged into the wall.
Right, sticking his dick in the outlet. He's like, ah.
Yeah. Like, right? Like, I feel like Disney Smart, it's probably going to be a thing. Like, not that, because that's
Dude,
kind of
Did
ridiculous.
you remember back in the day they had the whole TV show, the Star Wars Droids, and it was following C-3PO
Yeah.
and R2-D2 around like
Like,
that
it's not too crazy.
really bad cartoon.
Right? You could get like a cop show. There's going to be like a Star Wars buddy cop show. I don't know.
Star
who.
Wars chips.
Like Kit Fisto and like Commander Cody, buds in law, man. They just go hunt down all the Sith guys or something.
Or you know what? Give me a TV show based off of all the bounty hunters. I mean, everyone's
That
got this
would
weird
be
hard on
rad.
for Boba Fett, who has like 10 minutes of screen
or
time.
Boss, come on.
Or-
Or
yeah.
or Dengar, come on.
Dengar.
Come on,
Right.
IG-88.
Yeah, give me
Yeah,
give me-
IG-88. But give me a show that falls around these different bounty hunters. Make it like Cops, where we're following them around. Like,
That seems likely. I would totally watch that.
Well, except it's stuff that you don't have to have a whole bunch of CG in.
No.
You just basically have some practical effects. Like I said, like if
a spy thing
No.
you could do without almost any CG.
well, here's the thing. Even if you want to throw in like I said a couple Jedi, literally,
Yeah.
if some dork on YouTube can basically turn his broom that he's swinging around into a lightsaber with like his home computer
Yeah.
that looks actually really decent.
Yeah.
and some silver duct tape, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, and then like I said, they can do it. Like I said, they can do it on Netflix with a higher production budget,
No, for
or
sure.
I'm sorry, the Disney streaming.
And,
Yes.
and Disney has the money to give a production budget to any of these films.
Yeah, for sure.
And we'll get their money back on it.
I mean, what else is popular? Like NCIS. I'd watch like a Star Wars like crime scene kind of thing,
Like a military.
right? If people watch that crap, Law and Order,
Oh,
A
Galactic Court.
Galactic
Dun, dun.
Court.
Dun, dun,
Right?
dun,
Like-
dun, 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 dun,
Judge
dun,
Jar Jar.
dun,
I want
so
to.
sorry.
I want to judge Jar Jar, just like Judge
Judge
Judy, where he
Judy.
hears out cases and decides on them.
Lisa thinks you're guilty. Lisa thinks you're gonna pay.
Exactly. All stand for the Honorable Judge Jar Jar.
A Boss Nass style cooking show. Instead of Gordon Ramsay, it's Boss Nass who gets pissed off all the time.
Literally, I think we've pumped out so many different Star Wars ideas on this podcast that if even if like I said, one of them has
One is gonna hit.
well, if one of them is gonna hit, I'm gonna be like that guy that was on the last season of Silicon Valley, where like I said, if like the short little snippet of it
Right.
matches, I'm suing your
Yeah.
ass.
Patent pending TM.
We have this saved. Like,
right? Patent pending TM. Disney.
Our ideas.
Our ideas. Copyright 2017. The STS guys. Podworks Media. Podmediaworks.
Podmediaworks.com.
I would watch all of those shows right now.
Any show based on Star Wars, I'll probably at least check out.
Absolutely. But like they gotta break away from just the sci-fi genre. I want like Star Wars comedy. I want the cop show. I want Law and Order. That would be amazing if they can make those work.
I want Baywatch on a planet that's entirely made of water.
Bring back the Leia gold bikinis.
Yeah.
Right? But like a whole planet
Yeah.
of girls who are rescuing.
All it is just all water and just like one little island of sand. So
Like
everyone-
super tiny.
like Camino. Because
Camino.
yeah.
Camino was all water.
Yeah.
just no constant storms.
Yeah, like Hawaii 5-0, but like Star Wars style. You could bring
It'd be Camino 5-0.
No.
No.
Paradise Island.
I mean,
Paradise Planet?
Oh my!
Yeah.
Like I would watch a fake reality show
Yeah.
of Star Wars, like a Bachelor.
The Falcon.
Oh,
Dude.
I would watch that too.
Dude, first look at there's something like Black Mirror, just a series of unconnected stories about weird shit. Have that happen in the Star Wars universe.
What if it was like Westworld, but like the clone troopers were the fake people instead of like the humans, like Dolores? They're clone troopers. They all look like Boba Fett or Jango Fett.
I'm gonna blow your mind.
That weird New
I'm
Zealander guy, New Zealand guy.
I hate
I'm
that
about
guy.
to blow your mind right now.
My mind is ready.
Star Wars Breaking Bad.
They're making kyber crystals.
Oh, yeah, all right. It took Scott to sell me on it, but I am on board.
It's
Science, bitch.
time to make lightsabers, Jesse.
Instead of the Winnebago, it's like a Millennium Falcon kind of
Yeah.
junk pile ship.
Yeah. Use the Force, bitch.
Yeah.
That was a little scary, Terry.
That turned a little bit more into Scary Terry, unfortunately.
But like I said, the premise is there.
Yeah.
Or
I would totally do it.
or like I said, it's kind of back to our law thing. What if you did like a Better Call Saul, but like
Oh, a
A
lawyer,
lawyer-
show.
yeah,
a
lawyer
lawyer
show,
show, like
like
a seedy lawyer
a
show.
CD lawyer show.
Like Uncle Owen, the seedy moisture farmers trying to
Yeah.
rip off the Jawas every week. What
Yeah.
hilarity is going to happen
Yeah.
this time on Tatooine?
How does he defend those dirty Jawas?
What kind of tricks are you trying to pull?
Yeah.
Uncle Owen, this R2 unit has a bad motivator.
But I was going to go to the Tashi station to pick up some power converters.
Evidently, power converters in the future. Power converters, kyber crystals, Breaking Bad, interconnected series.
Right?
Yeah.
Boom.
They could be on
How-
Tatooine. It's a desert planet.
It's a desert planet, and I mean, first off, you don't know anybody else at Mos Eisley, so
Right.
you could legit do the thing based in that town.
Walter White has to be like Greedo before he gets killed by Han Solo.
And
No,
that's how,
Greedo's Mike.
Greedo's Mike Irvin.
Yeah, okay. I'm on board.
I think who would would Walter White be in the Star Wars universe?
It's got to be like an alien from the Cantina or like Jabba's palace, right? I don't know.
One of the dudes with the weird long
no,
head things.
he's Jabba.
Done.
He's Jabba.
No, Jabba would you would have to do Jabba.
No,
as
Jabba's
some-
Gus.
It
No,
would have to be
Jabba's-
someone
yeah,
like
yeah,
Gus
Jabba's
or
Gus.
one of those people. Because Gus has all the family from South would be all the bounty Jabba's bounty
Yeah.
hunters.
Bib Fortuna.
There you go.
Jabba no bother.
Yeah.
I could see I could see Bib Fortuna doing like the Mike Ehrmantraut role.
Dude, you
though,
already
too.
got your thing in Jesse. The guys in the cantina, though, we're wanted men.
Oh my God, Ponda
Why-
Baba.
Why are they?
Baba.
Why are they wanted?
And
Yeah.
Walrus face.
Yes, that's why, because they're selling or they're making kyber crystals.
And they're making
Yeah.
backroom things.
They're making
He doesn't like you.
We're wanted men.
I don't like you either.
We have the death sentence on 12 systems. Like, come on. I want to know their background story.
That is true. I want to know why they had the death sentence, but I think we just figured it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, STS guys.
Yeah. Star Wars 24.
No.
They got 24
Yeah.
hours to stop the Death Star.
I'm losing it right now just because, like I said, our audience is like, what the fuck
Yeah.
are you guys talking about?
Like, they're really stuck on this turning Star Wars TV show idea. But as we're just going, like, these ideas are coming. Like,
This might be the best episode of our podcast ever.
It's just
I'm just going to put it out there.
making
Like,
up TV shows.
Like, my mom doesn't listen to our podcast. But
Wait,
if my mom
wait,
did,
wait,
I would tell her to listen to this episode.
Does she at least know about the podcast?
She doesn't. I don't talk to my mom. That's a whole nother issue.
Okay, well, I was gonna say, well, that's a different story. Leo talks to his mom. I'm like, come on, Leo. I'm like, I know you're not going to listen to this, but tell your mommy about the podcast.
Tell her to listen. Is this episode 15?
This is episode 16.
16,
Woo!
1-6.
We are legally able to drive in podcast years.
Yes.
Whoa.
Or days, episodes,
Yeah.
weeks, whatever. Math, calendars.
I don't know where we got to here at, actually. I'm kind of thinking, like, how the hell did we get to
I'm going to
8?
take credit for this. You're welcome.
This is a very weird tangent to get on because we went from Star Wars shows to being able to drive as a podcast.
I am looking forward to listening to this myself and hearing how amazing this discussion was.
Well, because like I said, we're not writing down any of these ideas, but now they're committed to record.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah, they're there.
And Disney's going to get a strongly worded letter from me in a couple years when they try to drop this on their new Netflix.
Yeah, when when our parent company, Pod Media Works, sues their ass.
Exactly.
That's right.
We've got lawyers in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah, eventually.
Let us get some more views.
By the time Disney steals our idea, we can have lawyers.
Right? By then, we'll have 10 frisky britches and we'll have all the money in the world and all the panties. Oh, by the way, if you guys are interested in a nice Christmas gift for your girlfriend, head over to shopfriskybritches.com and enter code FBSTS to save 15% off your first order.
Wow, that would be a great Christmas gift.
That would.
And an ad off the cusp.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I'm getting good at this, you guys.
It's pretty much amazing.
Soon Larry's going to turn into radio voice.
I'm going to turn into Matt Lauer.
Oh no, you
Are you
don't want
gonna
to do that.
Okay, first off, the thing I thought was amazing about that is apparently he like had a switch on his desk that would lock his door
the
from
secret-
his.
the
He has a
secret
secret
button.
switch. I want one so bad.
You want a rate button?
Well, not for that, but just to be like when someone's like, "All right, well, I'm leaving." Like, you ain't going nowhere.
In any situation, that still sounds rapey.
It totally does.
Yeah, it does.
Totally
Actually, now that I say it out loud, it's a little rapey.
Right?
No matter, like I said,
I still want a damn secret button.
I think you just want to.
I just want a secret button.
like
Actually,
I don't.
it doesn't,
Door.
it doesn't even have to attach to
no,
anything.
no,
I just
no,
want a
don't-
secret button.
don't get me started on the whole secrets thing. How long have I wanted a secret room?
Oh, I want that.
I want a house big enough.
I can have a secret room.
Like I just want a secret room. That's
That-
all I've ever
That
wanted.
was
Is a secret room.
That was one of the first things you told me when I met you. Like,
Yeah,
hey,
like-
you know what? I want a secret room in my house.
Yeah, if I
Okay.
had a bigger house and a room that I could like hide behind a bookcase or something,
Yeah.
100%, we'll do it.
You could have your own bat cave.
Put all my man shit in there
Yeah,
and just have it hidden behind a bookcase or like a
and then you
a
can finally have your
painting.
button.
Yeah, and then have a button.
You could put your button.
I want an old school like Adam West Batman like bust of somebody.
You lift
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 the
up
bust.
Shakespeare's head.
Yeah, and
They sell those, don't they?
Yeah,
I
they-
think I've seen those.
They do.
Yeah,
They
so
do.
I
I
want
don't,
those.
they don't work, but
Right.
like,
but I
I've
want the
seen
button
those
to be
exist.
attached to like a motor on the door or even just the lock. Hit that button, unlocks the door, and I can go into my secret damn room.
That would be rad.
Where we can come up with all the Star Wars ideas.
Oh yeah, that'll be the.
And
New
I'll have a bigger whiteboard to write them all down.
that will be the new
No,
podcast.
You won't have a
location.
whiteboard. You'll have a digital board.
Ooh,
Like Tony Stark up in the air.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I'm just gonna write
I'm
stuff.
talking about like Iron Man level shit.
Yeah, Iron Man, Stark Industries,
Pod Media Work Industries.
Pod Media Works. It really works.
It works. I think that's somebody else's logo, actually.
Is it?
I think it works. Isn't that an actual?
Oh,
company
no,
name?
It really works.
Okay, I was gonna say like, I think that's infringing on somebody else's shit. So,
Well, it wouldn't be the first time it infringed on somebody else's shit.
No, this is 100% ours. Podmediaworks.com. Limited Liability Corporation, Arizona. Civil libation.
Not responsible for any damage you may have
Right.
by visiting podmediaworks.com.
No, seriously. I mean, we've been talking about it here, so can we spill the beans on what this actually is? 'Cause I'm
What-
sure people are going, "What the fuck are they talking about? This Pod Media Works thing?"
Scott, what is Pod Media Works?
So we decided, since we do, well, I'm going to say haphazard, but we do a pretty decent job of editing and getting our videos up and things like that. So, and some people, as we found on Whisper YouTube, do not necessarily have the best thing. So why not offer our services to help edit those videos, help with those social media accounts and everything like that?
I think that's a good point because, like I said, there's a lot of people out there. Like I said, I know a lot of different cosplayers like and stuff, and where, like I said, they spend all their time with their photos and they have a ton of great content. but they really don't have a medium or a source or a place to be able to do that or have the time. And so like I think that was a need that we needed to fill, and then that's kind of where we started at.
I feel like part of the core of what the STS guys was being active in this little community that we're building. Right? Whether it's watching other people's YouTube videos or commenting or liking your photos on Instagram, like we're out there, we're watching your guys' stuff too, just like we're hoping you watch ours. But in doing that, we've seen some people who are trying really hard, putting a lot of effort in, but they're not getting results. We have established this kind of company and website that really wants to help give back to the community, to YouTubers who already exist, or like Jeremy said, maybe you're a cosplayer who's listening to our podcast and just doesn't know where to go to start to make a website. Well, you know what? Pod Media Works will help you get that website set up.
We can help. Yeah,
we'll help you get the Instagram. We'll help you get the followers. Like we feel like we're doing okay at this. We're no superstars by any means. However, Nate and I were talking yesterday. Our followers or our subscribers on YouTube and our YouTube views have both doubled since Nate joined the podcast. So,
which was what, 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, it was like 2.5 weeks ago. So like we're doing pretty good.
So wait, I'm back. Let's back that up. So is Dr. Nate taking responsibility for
No.
Like, oh my God, Nate's on the podcast.
No, I think that was just made that point.
I'm just joking.
Yeah, I think it was to make the point though, to be like, because that's obviously we never texted him shit beforehand, right? Like that was the first time that we added him in a text message. Yeah. He does have a definitive time when that text chain started, and then it was finally like plus Nate, like. Yeah.
He's like, hey, we're almost at 200 subs. And
yeah, it was one of the first ones. He's like, hey, I'm glad to join. You guys are almost at 200. Like, we're all almost 200 thing. And now we're well over 400.
Yeah, I think it's a matter of, like I said, just like kind of letting people know and kind of just educating people in regards to, it's not something this isn't easy. Like I said, if you're a single person trying to do this all yourself, it's, like I said, if you do it, I give you the most amazing props in the entire world, because it is such a balancing act between balancing social media and being interactive and making sure you're posting content on a consistent basis. There are so many moving parts to wanting to do this. And I think that, like I said, that's where the need comes in. Like I said, you know what? We're lucky because we have a team of 5 people that are there to in order to kind of help us and kind of get everything together. We all kind of shift to our own like specific jobs, and then it just kind of happen naturally. But I think it's one of the things where, like I said,
we can jump on and help.
We can jump on and help.
If you were a lone wolf out there right now trying to build up your following,
contact us
because Pod Media Works wants to help you. We will be that team for you the way we've been the team for each other. And I think as a result, we're all going to benefit.
Absolutely. So right now, just to kind of let you know, like I said, the website is up. There's a contact form. Like I said, you can go ahead and fill that out there, or you can email contact@podmediaworks.com. But like I said, it's everything else, additional details and kind of some of the different other stuff that we're going to offer. Like I said, that's soon to come on the website as well.
And you know what? We didn't even talk about, this is a podcast. If you're listening to this right now, and we're like how we were, 16, 17 weeks ago.
Sharing a mic and...
Yeah. Or I was even going to say, we turned around at work one day and we're like, hey, you guys want to start a podcast? We're like, all right, cool. We didn't know exactly where to start. If you contact Pod Media Works, we will help you figure out everything you need to know to start your own podcast. And then you can be super awesome like we are and be podcasters.
You can be super mega podcasters.
Get all the chicks, man.
Oh, yeah. I can't even say it.
So many chicks.
So many cosplayers.
Oh. Speaking of which, they're calling you right now.
Yeah,
your phone does not stop.
Wow. Like I said, it looks like we have a caller. No. Sorry.
I was going to say, are you going to answer it or what? Like you're looking at,
do we need to pause
here?
No, we don't need to pause. It's me not putting my phone on silent. So that is my bad, guys. So
breaking the cardinal rule.
Speaking of setting up a podcast, rule number 1, turn your phone on silent.
Yeah, see, you can learn stuff like that.
Vibrate at the bare minimum. And keep it off the table because you don't want into the mic. Now, so we've had our little spiel here, but we got to get back to things that are really important. Star Wars stuff.
What else do you have that you'd like to talk about?
So we mentioned at the beginning of the podcast when we talked about it before, all this hijinks going on with Electronic Arts
Oh yeah, for Battlefront.
for Battlefront.
I read that article on STSguys.com.
Yes. What I didn't add in the article, because it wasn't current as of the time, was kind of the ramifications of this. So if anybody's looking, you can go on and look at this. Apparently, with all the hijinks and all the people boycotting this, apparently their decision to mess up Star Wars has cost them roughly $3 billion in stock.
Ouch, that was billion with a B, right?
Billion.
Wow.
So this thing, they took a $3 billion hit, and that's just in stock. We're not looking at like, are they going to like production costs or
the
anything
loss
like
on
that?
the game or
Because people
whatever.
aren't buying it. I think they said it's at 60%
of their
projected
sales
of Battlefront 1's.
Oh wow,
sales.
okay, that's crazy.
So people are actually boycotting this thing, and it has hit them hard.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like they can just pump out another FIFA game and try to make up some of that money.
Right, like
Or Madden.
Yeah. or well, I mean, every
It's
game
FIFA, man.
Every game's the same.
FIFA's their number one selling game worldwide. That's
people
the
are even
game.
starting to recoil on that now.
Really? Ouch.
Not as bad because people apparently are okay in sport games paying money for shit.
No, I just saw Mr. Terrific from the CW playing FIFA
Yeah.
in every single commercial.
Yeah, Crisis on Infinite X. Yeah, that was just an EA commercial and Microsoft.
Yeah.
They kept pumping
That's
out those
trying to-
Microsoft commercials.
Trying to pump that money back from that hit they took for Star Wars. But that leads to the question is, should EA, I mean, I have no idea what this hit is going to do to Disney, right? Should EA keep their license for being the only one to be able to make Star Wars games?
I think they should bid it out. I would absolutely love to see Bethesda take on that.
Give a Fallout style
Give a
Star
Fallout
Wars
style
game?
Star Wars game.
Open world, where you can
Open
actually
world, like open world game like that. Like I said, I think that would be amazing. I would buy that in a heartbeat.
Well, and I know recently the CEO of EA basically came out and said gamers don't want to play linear games anymore. But I started thinking, no, like one of my favorite games of all time, and it's not just mine, The Last of Us.
Oh,
That's a linear game.
It's such the game is amazing.
Right. People don't want to play linear games that have no story.
Yeah. They need good story. They need something that's going to draw in the audience. So I'm just I can think of well, even Uncharted. Like I said, I can play video games all day long. My wife honestly hates watching me play video games, but she'll actually sit down and watch me play Uncharted because it's almost like I'm playing a movie, but she wants to know the next piece of the story. So it's one of those things where if we can have a game like that that's actually going to draw you into the story. If they even they could even say hey, you know what? We're going to make this story-driven game, Star Wars, canon. So basically,
bring it into
it's going to tie into the games.
They used to be, right? Some of the PC games, I think,
some
were
of
canon.
If they came out from Lucasfilm themselves,
Yeah.
generally they considered them canon, or they would specifically call them out as like a side story. The Force Unleashed was technically like a side story, but they still brought some of it canon.
What was the first one named? The first shooter. That's where the Shadow Trooper came from.
Right. Oh yeah, the Death Trooper.
I didn't know
Death
that.
Trooper. That's where all that came from.
I don't know. While you think about that, I was just thinking that most of the Star Wars
I'm actually
games,
gonna look it up on my phone because I'm curious.
most of the Star Wars games are always kind of crappy, right? And people still buy them. I'm thinking like that awesome pod racing game on N64. That wasn't that great, but everybody played it.
Right. I mean, and racing games sell well all the time.
Well, pod racing was actually kind of fun.
Yeah.
But
I played the shit out of that game. I didn't even have an N64. I went to my friend's house specifically so we could pod race.
But I remember there was like a Boba Fett bounty hunter game on like PlayStation 2. That thing was awful. They haven't always made the best games.
There's a decent Super Nintendo Star Wars
Empire
game.
Strikes Back?
Yeah.
I think so, right? I kind of remember that.
Or how about Force Unleashed? Like I said,
Force Unleashed. I brought that up.
Those games were amazing.
Awesome games. Too short, but awesome games.
Yeah, very, very short.
So see, there's definitely the appetite out there if they just figured out a way to make it better. It just sucks that Battlefront 1 was pretty good. It just sucks that they just were trying to get greedy, right? Off the money or whatever.
Was just trying to milk every penny they can out of somebody, where you have other developers that could probably for a fraction of the cost that EA does give you a similar experience.
Dark Forces.
Dark Forces, right?
Yeah.
So you could have studios like Jeremy said, Bethesda or like Obsidian or one of those others that come out and have a good track record of games, make like Star Wars games.
How much were the loot boxes or whatever in Battlefront?
Well, so by the time it actually rolled out to where you could purchase them, and by the time I got on there, they disabled it.
Oh, okay.
So, but it was, I mean, most of the time you're looking at between $5 and $100.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Depending on what level you wanted to get. That's kind of
so even,
standard in
the
most games.
cheapest ones are fairly pricey.
Couple bucks at least.
Because I was thinking, I just right. If you remember the last episode of the podcast, where we talked about our Black Friday purchases, I bought Injustice 2. Well, my Injustice 2 showed up this week, and I was playing it. And Scott and I had talked ahead of time, about the add-on characters or whatever. And I was looking. I only paid $20 for the game. And then, like, to add Darkseid is $6 more. I'm like, I don't think I really care enough to have Darkseid for $6.
I need that.
Right?
And yeah, like,
it gets expensive, especially like the games themselves. Even for $60, like I don't want to spend $100 on a loot box or something when it's more than the actual game cost.
Well, and the
That's
worst
not cool.
aspect of it, in which it comes in, whereas a lot of people are trying to figure out, is that gambling too is it officially gambling? When I buy $100 to get this fake money that I then go to this thing and buy
when you don't know what you're getting.
I don't know what I'm getting. Like I'm buying a crate.
It's kind of like buying an eBay mystery box,
right?
When you know you're probably going to get crap, but you still throw down the $20
I have
anyhow.
a couple things. There's one thing I really, really need, so let me see if I can get it. And just it's the slot machine. You're putting in your dollar and you're hitting, pulling that lever.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Oops, I didn't win. Put my new dollar in. Pull that lever. Like. It gets really rough.
Gambling. And like a lot of these games are played by kids and stuff.
Well,
that's not right.
To the point where I think it was the senator for Hawaii said that Electronic Arts made a Star Wars theme online casino.
Oh, nice.
Is legit in a press conference.
That's amazing. I'd gamble on a Star Wars casino.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
If I could go to it.
Oh,
Las Vegas.
Oh, no.
Las Vegas. I want I want the Mos Eisley Cantina as
tear down New York,
and build Mos Eisley.
That, yeah.
I want that hive of scum and villainy, and it describes Las Vegas anyway, so it's not like it's anything different than they already have.
Yeah, that would be amazing. Like I said, they even have kind of a template. I know I'm not going to get some hate for bringing up Star Trek on the podcast because we're talking about Star Wars.
Star Trek.
Star Trek's pretty cool still, though.
Yeah, Star Trek.
I said
we are all fans of both, by the way.
I'm equal opportunity spaceship. So no, so in Las Vegas Hilton, which is Las Vegas, whatever it is now.
Yeah.
I said they used to have like they had a whole Star Trek bar in there. So basically they had a replica of Quark's bar.
Yeah.
That was in Las Vegas. Right.
I remember that.
I remember that bar. The thing was awesome.
Because I remember going up there, I said, oh, so when I got married 10 years ago, that I'm
God, we're that old?
Yes. Yeah, it's been a while. That I remember like I said they had this they didn't give you like a drink, they gave you like this giant fish bowl of like this like bubbling concoction, and then like there was like they had like so many different alcohols.
They threw some dry ice in that shit.
That thing was amazing. But like I said, if you do like a Star Wars themed one, I said
you would make bank.
Go in there and go in there and go in there.
Just don't have that little furry guy running around singing songs.
That's never gonna happen because
the guy from The Return of the Jedi,
Yowza, or whatever his name is. The where they added him in.
Yeah, the special edition guy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, just keep him away from everything.
Jabba's dancers in the Max Rebo band. Dude, Max Rebo band was fine by itself. You know what I want to see in a TV show? I want to see a show about the Max Rebo band and how they go on tour.
I just want to...
Max Rebo's on the panel of Galactic Idol.
Oh, man. I would watch that.
Or how about we do a game show? Who wants to be a millionaire? But
Galactic credits.
With Galactic credits.
What's the money called?
And it's the Emperor is basically Regis Philbin.
No.
It was B.
And then instead of basically winning money, I said if you lose, you die.
Yeah.
Force blast you. Force lightnings.
I like it.
No, I think, like I said, add that to the Star Wars ideas.
Absolutely. If you guys want, I can keep talking about Star Wars ideas, but it's probably about time to start wrapping up.
Yeah, I think we've kind of run our course with Star Wars TV show ideas.
If you guys have any ideas for an awesome Star Wars TV
throw it in the
show,
comments.
throw it in the comments.
So one thing, so we're getting close to wrapping up. One thing I wanted to talk about real quick was, I said we kind of teased it last week that we're going to be doing our super mega Christmas special.
Did you say super mega Christmas special?
I think he said Super Mega Christmas Special.
I did say super mega Christmas special. And we're going to be doing something a little different. So if you heard our super mega Halloween special, you know we all played a game of trivia. And it was a rousing game of trivia that everyone loved. And then like the winner of that, like I said, it was completely random. And like I said, they said, Larry, you did amazing.
Thank you.
I said he did amazing and won. So Larry won trivia. So the reason I say, kind of take note of that is that what we're going to do is we're going to do another trivia game on the podcast for the Super Mega Christmas Special.
Are there going to be prizes?
There are going to be prizes.
Oh, great. What can I win? Because I'm going to win this again.
So you guys aren't going to win prizes.
What?
So basically we're going to do this Hunger Games style, and we basically, each one of you guys is going to have a tribute that you're going to basically... one of our subscribers.
I will be playing for one of our subscribers in trivia, and if I win, whatever the prize is, I send to that subscriber.
Yes,
And actually, I think we decided that there's going to be hopefully 4 of us playing. We'll lock that down. But if you get picked, you're going to win a prize no matter what. And if the person who wins the trivia, like if Scott wins, Scott's person gets an extra special prize.
Yeah. So like I said,
My used underwear.
Yes.
Better than that.
Even better than that. More priceless. So
there's nothing more priceless.
We're going to be
than
doing that. So there'll be a video dropping probably next week, towards the end of next week. It's kind of explain, kind of go through everything. And what we're going to do is that we're going to give some questions that we want you to answer.
Yeah. So
like I said,
I want to solicit to our listeners to figure out why I should pick them.
Yeah.
Right? So be funny. If you're listening to the podcast now, you got a heads up. Come up with a really good creative answer, and maybe we'll pick you.
Yeah. Here's that. I'll give you a hint too. The more random for me, the better. If you can make me chuckle with the most random thing, like
Scott loves banana hammocks.
I do. Yeah. I wear them every day.
Yes. So we're gonna have so if you want to, so there'll be different ways you can do it. I said you can just respond in the comments, but I don't know if you want to respond in the comments. I think sometimes maybe I think sometimes people want to make videos too. So I think you guys might even be swayed by videos.
I absolutely
I would love videos.
would.
Yeah. So we'll come up with some questions that we're going to generate that we want you to answer, and those creative answers are going to basically give these guys, make them choose you as their tribute.
And remember, if we pick you, you're going to get a prize automatically. And if you've seen our Super Mega Star Wars prize pack giveaway and our other giveaways,
Mega Star Wars prize pack
giveaway, we try to come up with some good prizes. And since it's going to be kind of personal, we'll check out your stuff and make sure you're going to get something that you're going to like. But you guys are definitely going to want us to pick you, so make sure you're thinking about the best way to enter.
All right. I think that does it for this week's episode of the podcast. So make sure to check out that video dropping next week.
The randomness it is today.
And don't forget to enter the the Super Mega Star Wars prize pack giveaway.
Wait, did you say Super Mega Star Wars prize pack giveaway?
He did say Super Mega Star Wars prize pack giveaway.
I did say Super Mega Star Wars prize pack giveaway.
Can I do the radio voice?
Do it.
So head on over to stsguys.fun to submit your entries.
Awesome. Still going on, guys. Still plenty of time to enter. There's daily entries. Make sure you check that out. We've dropped a ton of stuff on YouTube, including a great unboxing of a Nintendo Switch by Nate. I opened some mystery minis this week. Go ahead and check our stuff out. Like Jeremy said, we got that super special video coming next week. So head over to stsguys.online or just search up STS Guys on YouTube and you will find us.
All right, that does it for this week. Episode 16 of the STS Guys. I'm Jeremy.
I am Larry.
And I've been Scott.
Have a good night, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.